I'm Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill Bureau Chief for City News and Rogers Radio. For months now, there have been allegations that Russia has been involved in U.S. politics, whether it be hacking during the U.S. election to reports that Russian officials have been in contact with the team of U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. Well, there's a new twist to all of this. Recent unverified reports say that Russia has been able to collect some very compromising personal and financial data about Donald Trump, and it could be used for blackmail. Well, Trump and the Kremlin have denied this, but it begs the question, could this happen in Canada to Canadian politicians? Well, to answer that, I'm joined now by Stephanie Carvin, who is a professor of international affairs at Carleton University and a former security analyst with the government. So, Stephanie, could this happen in Canada? Does it happen to Canadian politicians?
It absolutely can happen in Canada, and in fact, this is something that national security agencies are constantly working with the government to try and prevent in order to protect the government's employees.
So who's doing this? Which foreign governments?
Well, I wouldn't want to discriminate, but there are some known actors. One, of course, would be Russia, and there's been allegations against China as well.
So who are they targeting with these officials?
Right. So it's not always the high-level officials. It's not always the prime minister, but often it can be the people around him, or in fact, quite often, it's low-level officials that may have access to information, such as human resources records or financial information that they want to get access to.
All right, so what do they do? How do they get the information out of them? How do they try and blackmail these officials?
Right. Well, there's a couple of known techniques. One of them is, of course, the traditional honeypot operation, where, of course, a beautiful woman may suddenly appear to a man traveling by himself. But, you know, these agencies may, in fact, look for information on a politician or a government employee if he or she has been involved in some salacious activities as well.
Okay, so what can the government do? What can Canada do to try and protect itself and its national secrets?
Well, there's a number of steps that the government takes. One, of course, is security screening to ensure that individuals don't have material that could blackmail them. But as well, they often do a number of briefings. So briefing in terms of trying to educate them in terms of preventing a honeypot operation from actually occurring, but also in terms of protecting their digital and technical devices, such as computers and mobile phones, from malware while they're traveling abroad.
All right, very concerning stuff. Thank you very much, Stephanie Carvin, an international affairs professor at Carleton University and a former government analyst. I'm Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill Bureau Chief for City News and Rogers Radio.